This is Battle of the Bottles, a show where the three of us compete to see. Is
that right?
If you want to do squeaky voice.
This is Battle of the Bottles, a show where the three of us compete to see who can find the best whiskey at a set price point. As always, we'll be judging our bottles off three criteria: taste, uniqueness, and backstory. The winner is then declared the golden retriever and gets to take not one, not two, but all three bottles home. And this week, we have a price set at $80.
Battle of the Bottle.
My bottle today is one that is very uncommon, I think. I haven't really seen it much, except for I noticed it at work today. And then also, included on that, it's one of those rare bottles that starts with the word old.
I'm not even worried.
What did you
like? Just not worried at all.
Old Botella!
Guys, doing good. We were talking about bottles and I almost got this.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was looking at it and debating for a while.
You know what's actually really funny, Jacob? I picked that bottle up and I set it down.
Yeah, Roger was laughing because he was like, you guys don't think too much alike.
Old Potrero is a company that was actually started by a gentleman named Fritz Maytag, and he was the man who also started the company that many are familiar with called Anchor Brewing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Anchor Brewing, but it's a beer company, and he wanted to venture out into whiskey, and so he started with Old Potrero. This whiskey is that same whiskey. Thank you very much. And so he wanted to venture out into whiskey and wanted to do something a little bit different, which is why he went with a malted rye mash bill, and that's what this here whiskey is. It's the cask strength. I don't know if there's anything other than, I mean, I know that the company is now owned by somebody else, and enjoy your whiskey.
Cheers.
You taste them all.
Yeah,
in a good way though.
It kind of gives like a really creamy texture,
Exactly.
which is nice.
Yeah.
A lot of cherry, I'm getting. There's that like pronounced rye flavor throughout. You get that pronounced.
I'm getting a lot of similar notes to other American single malts, which is always fun to go to because it's so different from like bourbons and ryes. It's a little bit more on the like creamier chocolate kind of side.
Yeah, you know what? For a rye, it definitely is a lot more chocolatey than I would expect it to be.
Do you think that has to do with it being malty? Does that have anything to do with it? I have no idea.
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't had that many malted whiskeys, so it's kind of hard to tell. Like, is it from that or is it from just the way they?
By the way, the spice sticks around forever. Like the rice spice, like it's still on my tongue.
Yeah, I mean it's overall just a really solid all around. It's got a good start, finish.
Yeah.
The first time I tried it, it kind of did this weird thing on my tongue where like it felt like it was fizzing.
Yeah, like pop rocks.
Yeah, it was weird. It felt like pop rocks on my tongue, and I was like, ooh. I like wiggled my tongue around in there.
So I like how it has, on the nose, it's a little bit like chocolatey, but at the same time when I scented it, I wasn't sure what I was going to be getting from this because it's really different from what we're used to drinking. Yeah,
the nose is like, doesn't do it justice, I feel. The flavor is more vibrant than the nose.
Well, because like you guys said, you get those chocolate notes in the beginning, and it just tastes not like a bourbon, but like sweet in that sense. And then those rye notes just kick in, and then like your tongue just kind of explodes.
It's like a mapley cherry. Do you guys get the cherry at all?
I don't know why I don't get the cherry, but
I don't know.
I get the
sweet cherry.
Give me a second.
It's like almost like a cherry tart chocolate. A cherry dipped chocolate. There we go.
Ooh, cherry dipped chocolate.
Wow, that's a good one.
You know, I try. You know.
It's really different. I don't think I've ever had it. I don't think I can compare it to anything I've ever had.
Yeah.
I can see the underlying rye notes where it's similar to Jacob's from last week. But I don't know. It's got a different kind of spice to it. And
there's just so much more to it because I remember Jacob's from last week, the Wilderness Trail Rye. It was just rye notes. I feel like all the way through, and it was just like a straight your rye.
Yeah.
This is way different. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the spice on it.
It's cool. I think we both kind of do the same kind of mash bill and beef.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I believe mine may have been one that is going to kill our palates for the next few.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to drink some water and kind of cleanse a little bit before the next.
Yeah. because the spice on it it's like constant incline. As soon as you sip it, it just you think the spice is gonna kind of simmer down or like simmer out, but it just whoop
Keeps going.
yeah.
Yeah. It lingers too. Even like now, I can still feel it in the mouth, kind of the spice.
So I don't know which cherry, but I do taste some kind of fruit. That's not like a citrus fruit. Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, but like there's like an oily mouthfeel where it kind of feels like a coat in the tongue.
Yeah, that's what I was asking if that has to do with the malted, like that's malted.
I've had a lot of whiskeys that aren't.
That's what I was gonna say too.
I got that same feel.
I've had other whiskeys that
Yeah.
are not malted, but have that flavor.
Have that feel.
It usually means that it's like a really good bottle.
It usually means that you're gonna fill this.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the lowest one. What do you mean?
Okay. Well,
Thank you guys for your time, and you know what? You guys have nice friends.
All right. Inside of this box, I have whiskey. David.
I saw it at the edge, and it was rolling off the edge.
All right. Now, you guys ready?
Masterson's!
oh, I've seen that.
That's a rye.
Yeah, it is a rye.
Wow.
Did you carry this?
We did.
Okay.
I almost got this one too.
So Masterson, there's actually really not much on the story. But basically the guy's name, it's named after what? Did you down the whole thing?
That's really good.
Should I pour you more?
Yeah.
I should. Get that note.
I'll give it there. But the show's gonna be a lot more sloppy. Rethinking that, like, I tried bald, and then by the time we try whoever's last.
Alright. So, Masterson's is named after a gentleman named Bat Masterson he was like a gambler. Okay, let me read it here. He was a gambler, a buffalo hunter, an army scout, a gunfighter, and newspaperman.
Hey, that's you.
Yeah, it's me. So basically, he grew up in Quebec, Canada, and he came to the US at a young age and became all of what I just listed. And they named it after him. I don't know if this is the reason, but they bottle in America, but they source from Alberta in Canada. So I'm wondering if they named it after him because he was from Canada and he came to America and he became like a legendary American, and they were trying to say like, hey, this is some whiskey that came from Canada, it's bottled in America, so it's legendary American whiskey. I think it's 100% rye, or it's like whatever, or straight rye. Yeah, it's 100% rye, and it is a 10-year aged whiskey, at least 10 years.
I love how they put on there that he's a gambler.
Yeah. And it says back here, it's like, Bat Masterson may have been a gambler, but he would have never taken a risk with the quality of this whiskey. I love that.
He looks like a gangster.
Yeah, he's kind of cool. I want to meet him. So, yeah.
So I haven't really gotten to try this yet.
Like, you sure about that?
Cut to the scene.
Just smells like rye on the nose, honestly. Like,
there's some like sour green apple kind of
that's
to it.
I feel like that's what you usually get with rye. It's like some like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
There's actually, I get a little bit of smoke on the palate. That's kind of, I'm most surprised by it. It's like a little beep. It's like a smoky, not like, I wouldn't say peatiness, but a little smokiness, like ashy.
I see that.
You know.
I think maybe that's like more of like a leather thing. You know how like people say getting leather?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're shooting for. Cause I don't know if I taste smoky, but I taste some kind of like.
Be more leathery.
Yeah. What did I say? Did I say leather?
You said leather.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, he got it right. It's good.
I got it right. Leather. You want to put a picture of leather so that we can have context?
I'll put a picture of a cow.
Okay, there you go. How about this? Since you took a full shot of it and you're sipping on it, what do you get?
It's really easy to
Sip on?
to take down because.
Oh, okay.
Did it burn when you just
Well,
took a shot?
after a cask strength, it was very easy to enjoy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
Sorry to cut you off, but this is actually a 90 proof. So
I'm
it's
getting
much-
apple on it.
Yeah, appley.
Apple.
Yeah, it's
A
very
little bit like
apple.
leathery smokiness.
Yeah.
A decent amount of oak. Decent amount.
Really? I don't get much of this.
I think it's kind of blended in there with the leather.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Not as much rye on the palate. I thought, I was gonna get a lot of like rye notes, just like like with that one, it would just like explode on my palate with rye notes. I don't know if that maybe it had to do with it being higher proof too. It kind of brings out the rye more. But this I don't get it as much.
And I think it might be even an effect of having a cast strength and then going to a 90 proof.
That
our palates might not be as acclaimed.
Yeah.
You know, the scientific reasoning behind this strange reasoning is palates.
Science faculty.
Yeah. I love that chemistry.
It is chemistry. Can you tell us the chemical makeup of this fine whiskey here?
Ethanol.
It's crazy that they're both ryes, but how different they are. They're both like a rye-based whiskey, but this is more of like your classic rye, and then this is more of the off-the-wall stuff.
Yeah, I've never had anything like that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
This, like I would say I've had stuff like that.
You know what's actually really crazy is this is a 10-year, that's a 2-year.
Yes, which is crazy.
And I'm like, what did they do in that to get so much flavor out of it?
I think that's what, because you know how I almost bought that. I think that's what made me hesitate too. I was like, it's really young.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's really young. I don't know how I feel about that. But they do a great job.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Also, do you guys taste any similarities to Whistle Pig when you try this at all?
A little bit on the 10-year.
Yeah.
Because this is sourced. I'm pretty sure it's sourced from the same people that Whistle Pig used to source from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So depending on the
Alberta.
mash bill, it might be a very similar.
I mean, it could be very, yeah. I'm just saying they could have some similar
Yeah.
characteristics. I know they different mash bill, different barrels, but
I mean, they're both rye, so like.
Oh, really?
Well, Whistle Pig is rye. So both Whistle Pig and Master Sans is.
Master Salt.
Oh, that's your song.
Okay.
And in and out.
So guys, this whiskey has really good taste. It's like really unique, and like I think it really has like a good backstory. So I'm really excited for this whiskey. Are you guys ready for this?
What are those store pick?
Sagamore.
I was so close to going with
There we
Sagamore,
go.
which is really funny because we say that about every single bottle, but I was so close to going with Sagamore.
All right, guys, this is the Sagamore Distiller Select Manhattan Finish. It's 103 proof, and it's cherry brandy finished and vermouth barrel finished. So they literally take the same whiskey, age it in 2 different barrels, and then blend it together and bottle it. Sagamore is actually one of the first distilleries to open in Maryland ever since the Prohibition. So pre-Prohibition, they were one of the biggest distillers in rye whiskey, known for their sweet rye whiskeys. Most of them shut down due to Prohibition, and Sagamore is actually the first one to open up since then. It was in 2015. They started with MGP juice to kind of raise money, and now they just do all their own stuff at their own distillery. What do you guys think?
Maraschino cherries.
Yeah. First sip, cherry stands out a lot.
Yeah, you know maraschino cherries, the ones in cocktails?
Yeah.
Exactly that. That's what I
You
get.
smell it on the nose.
On the nose and on the palate. But then the nice thing is, on the palate, you get the maraschino cherries, and then pow! Comes the rye.
You're gonna scare some people.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I smell some like grapiness to it as well, and then taste some grapiness. It's almost wine-like a little bit.
Oh, it's got that vermouth dryness though. Kind of dries out the palate.
You're right.
You guys get that?
That's what that was. No, I was getting that, but I just thought, like, I don't know, I didn't think of it.
That rye spice is very mild too. Like for being a straight rye whiskey, it's like,
But it catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Because it's super sweet in the beginning.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the finish has a good amount of spice. It's like, I mean, maybe it's coming from after Masterson's, but like, I thought it was really spicy on the finish.
And I think it's lasting. I don't think that,
Yeah.
like, okay, if you're talking about like really spicy, that was really spicy.
Yeah.
The finish. This is spicy, it's maybe a little more subtle, but it just, I think it's more, it lasts longer.
Yeah. I agree with you, David.
Do you agree? I'm glad we agree.
Friendship.
Friendship. Do you know where the name Sagamore comes from?
Yeah, so
so
actually
they-
Jacob sings it in the store when we're at work sometimes, and it's just because they sag their pants, and then he goes Sagamore,
No,
Sagamore.
not quite. So basically,
know?
yeah,
Oh, here we
basically there was this guy, and his name was Frank, and he used to kind of like sag a little bit, and this guy came and he said, "Hey, why don't you sag more?"
So this is actually a really good whiskey, and I hope this joke that he just told doesn't turn you away from it.
That's how cheesy.
He lost because of David.
That's how cheesy this whiskey is. That's the cheesy
Paul, he
joke.
lost because of David.
There's nothing cheesy about this whiskey. It is a solid, tasty whiskey.
It is really good.
Honestly, the idea of it is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've never heard of a company do that where they like try to age it in barrels.
Yeah.
It's
Very saggy. It's just what some of the people in the whiskey community say is we say it's real saggy.
It's really sad.
Well, on that note, I think we're gonna go into the scoring. Yeah.
That was not saggy, David. Not saggy.
Hey, you know what? It doesn't have to be a G-rated show.
Honestly, now this is tough.
We're drinking alcohol. Why would it have to be G-rated?
Taste-wise, this is tough.
Saggy toots.
Okay, fine. I'll keep it in.
We don't have to keep it in, but you can go saggy and then bleep it. And they're gonna be like, what did he say?
Let's see here, Jacob, huh? Are we all saying at the same time?
Well, our scores are now placed underneath these boxes, and that score determines who wins. Are you guys ready?
Nope.
Don't-
I think we should wait.
Don't hit the lamp.
Yeah, don't hit the lamp. Just move it to the side, David.
David gets a little violent,
Okay.
especially if he
3,
loses.
2, 1.
I think it's attached to the
Oh, dang it,
What
wait.
did you get?
8.3
Where does it say? It's
on the back.
7.2?
6.85!
Are you serious?
Loser!
Mine was tasting way better than Jacob's.
And guys, for the very first time, we have Jacob as the golden retriever! Paul, you suck.
Hi.
I'm not really happy about
I've
this.
never won anything in my life, so today I am not very sure how to react. This is my thrilled reaction.
I just want to say, Sagamore, best whiskey ever.
Paul, shut up.
man.
You suck.